Today's quick start guide is designed to help get you into a Dawnbreaker M+ as quick as possible. Therefore, I will be focusing on boss mechanics and anything else you absolutely need to know to complete this dungeon. If you found this video helpful, my name is Swag. Please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with more guides and content. Once you kill the mobs on the airship, you'll need to fly to the two smaller airships, kill their mobs, and plant the bomb. Then the boss will spawn on the main airship. Boss number 1 is Speaker Shadow Crown. Burning shadows must be dispelled off players. Dispelling burning shadows also applies a large healing absorb on 4 players. Collapsing Night causes group-wide damage and drops 2 void zones on the floor. Obsidian Beam shoots out 3 beams and does group-wide damage at the same time, and those beams will rotate. Finally, at 50% HP and 1 HP, Speaker Shadow Crown will cast Darkness Comes. Quickly mount up and fly out of range of the giant sphere. Once Speaker Shadow Crown is defeated, you will need to go hunt down 3 mini-bosses in the town before you can fight the main boss. Each mini-boss has abilities that are shared with the next boss. I will explain where you can find the 3 bosses in a moment. However, in beta testing, which spot had which boss felt random. I'm not sure if it will be that way on live too, so I will explain all 3 of their fights first before the locations. Death Screamer Ikentok will launch an orb at a random player. The orb explodes upon making contact with objects, so the further the orb travels, the less damage that goes out. If the orb is targeting you, face it in a spot that it can travel as far as possible. Excretin the Unbreakable will target the tank with Terrifying Slam, dealing massive damage and knocking them back. Any players inside the circle will be feared. And Ascendant Viscastria channels an AoE causing damage to all party members. The 3 bosses are located on these spots marked on the map. I suggest going for the chapel through the side entrance first, then to the small house, and finally getting the last mini boss in the shop at the town square. I like landing behind the building to pull the mini-boss away from the trash. Boss number 2 is Anub Ikaj. All 3 abilities from the mini-bosses will be used. The only additional ability is spawning slimes during the fight. Crowd control and burn them down. Once you've defeated Anub Ikaj, you can fly back up to the airship. Nightfall Dark Architect will spawn adds throughout combat. Once he's defeated, you're on to boss number 3, Rashanan. This fight has 2 phases. During phase 1, the main way to damage the boss is by picking up the bombs and throwing them at the boss. Expel Webs puts 2 lines of swirlies on the ground. Erosive Spray deals group-wide damage. Rolling Acid will be applied to 1 player, and you will see a large green line on that player, and on one side of the line will have a shaded green section. That player must run out of the group so that the shaded side is facing away from the party. A massive wave will eventually erupt in that direction. Around 65% health, the boss will travel to the next location. Players must mount up and follow along. Collect the gold orbs along the way. They will give you vigor and a debuff protecting you from shadows. Phase 2 starts when the boss is interrupted. The only new ability during this phase is Spinneret Strands. 2 players will get circles on them. These must be taken out of the group. When the circles expire, those players will drop a circle of webs on the ground and slowing them down. Players must move away from the center of the web to break the slow. The webs on the ground can be cleared by rolling acid. Rashanan is defeated at 60% HP, and congratulations, that is everything you need to know for Dawnbreaker Mythic Plus.